Mechanics from where? Pokemon Legends? No. Scrap that. We're walking all the way back to Pokemon Let's Go. You remember how we could high-five Pikachu and Eevee? Yeah, Shinx that. Shinx the hell out of that. All over the place. I don't care how we capture our Pokemon. I just want to high-five my baby. Alright, so what is going on, y'all? Soul here, and welcome back to my story mode. So this video here was pretty much more or less inevitable. It was on its way sooner or later, and I didn't think it would happen this soon, but here we are. What's funny is, I was scripting this very video thinking that we wouldn't get Generation 9 for a hot minute, and then we get Generation 9, so joke's on me, I guess. But anyhow, since most of us have already played Pokemon Legends, and now that most of us have seen the trailers for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and we know what they look like, I figured it'd be appropriate to just start talking about some of the mechanics that we want to transfer over from Pokemon Legends to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet have a very similar overworld look to Pokemon Legends, so there's a lot of mechanics here that I'm wishing for that I think would be pretty realistic. So why don't we start talking about some of the things that I'd like to see mechanic-wise going into Generation 9. Now the first mechanic that I'm wishing for is actually kind of a big one, so big in fact that I want to make a separate video about it, but I would like to see the ranking mechanic make a comeback. When we first started to understand how that mechanic worked in Pokemon Legends, I was astounded because logically, it makes the most sense. By capturing and battling against other Pokemon in the field, you are raising your rank by proving that you have the experience against these Pokemon. By raising your rank, you get access to more better, stronger items, and Pokemon are more likely to listen to you. Now that we're back in a modern era, I fully expect gyms and gym leaders to make a full-blown return. But that's just it though, the whole gym badge mechanic has always been kinda weird to me. Like, yeah, cool, that's the progression system and it's the rite of passage that allows you to show other people that you've become a stronger trainer. Okay, fine, that makes a lot of sense. But the whole level cap thing based on how many badges you have? Does that make sense to you? If you're out in the wild and you run into some super overpowered Pokemon, why would showing them a shiny new badge make them want to listen to you? Now this is most definitely just me overanalyzing things, but personally I believe that the ranking system is much more logical in terms of progression. But here's the thing though, the ranking system was completely based off of the points that you received from research tasks, and I don't know if they're bringing that back. Hopefully they do, because honestly that would be the best way to transfer that over. However, with the gym system in place, I don't know if it would mix well. If anything, I feel like we should be ranked as trainers based on how many battles that we've participated in against trainers with specific Pokemon, or just how many trainers in total that you've battled. I think that instead of having a gym system, we should have a trainer ranking system, and based on your rank, if you have enough points, you can participate in a tournament, and if you win that tournament, you can either earn a badge or you can just progress as a trainer. I don't know, I don't have all the details. I want to talk more about this in depth once I've thought about it a little more, but you get the general gist of it. Simply put, I kind of want a situation of Pokemon Sword and Shield's tournament system and a mix of Pokemon Legends ranking system. I know it sounds a little messy and convoluted right now, but we'll put more detail into it for a later video. For now, the general idea is, I really want that ranking mechanic back, and I don't care how it has to be done. The next big thing that I really want to come back to this next generation is the catching mechanic. This is one of the best things to come to the Pokemon series in a very long time, and not having this back would be a detriment to the series. Absolutely spitting on Generation 9 if this doesn't come back. This mechanic is what made us feel like real trainers exploring a world. Having the ability to catch a Pokemon in the overworld without actually needing to run into it, switch over to a whole battle arena and throw out our Pokemon, it feels more realistic to just be in the overworld and catch or battle the Pokemon while it's right there. Everything felt more tight-knit and connected that way. As kids, we would watch the anime and Ash would go around catching Pokemon at random without even battling them half the time, and we'd be like, wait, hold up, why can't we do that? And then Pokemon Legends finally gave us that. That is a ginormous step that we cannot take back, guys. Now I'm sure some of you are looking at me like, bro, what's wrong with you? Have you seen what the game looks like? Of course that's coming back. They showed huge shots of all of the overworlds and the Pokemon that are roaming around in those overworlds, so obviously it's gotta come back, right? But that's just it. We're not entirely sure, to be honest with you. In one of the descriptions after publishing the video for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, these words were said: you'll be able to experience the true joy of the series, battling against wild Pokemon in order to catch them, now in an open world game that players of any age can enjoy. Can you see where our concerns lie now? Now, on one hand, this could just be us overthinking everything again. This could possibly mean absolutely nothing in the long run and all of us are just reading way too much into it. However, on the other hand, I think it is fair for us to be skeptical because this is not our first rodeo with Pokemon. Looking back on it, in reality, Pokemon Legends Arceus is a little bit more challenging than the normal Pokemon game. And Pokemon Company really does not like to risk losing customers because things look a little too challenging. We have seen time and time again with Pokemon that, even with mechanics that are positively received by the community, they will not hesitate to get rid of it if it helps make accommodations for the newer players. So regardless of Pokemon Legends Arceus generally being positively received, we could get almost nothing from those games. So generally speaking, I'm really hoping the former is the real situation and we're just reading too much into it. But on the off chance that we're not, Pokemon, please, for the love of Shinx, do not get rid of the best mechanic that has happened to this series in a very long time. Don't do that. You would be shooting yourselves in the foot for absolutely no reason whatsoever. I already know for a fact that it's pretty much impossible for us to go back to random encounters. We already saw the Pokemon wandering around in the overworld, so that's very unlikely. However, it's still very possible that we might get a Sword and Shield situation and we have to physically run into the Pokemon and encounter them to battle, and that would suck. That would suck so bad. That would suck so bad. So guys, I'm throwing this out there now, one more time. Please keep the free catching mechanic that we had in Pokemon Legends. Do not shoot yourselves in the foot and take us back to forced encounters first. Don't do it. Don't do it. On a similar note, I still want Pokemon to be able to attack us. I love being able to feel actual, genuine danger in Pokemon games. It's much more exciting and I feel very invested. Now, I know that we're in a modern era where people in Pokemon have a generally better relationship than they ever did in the past. However, at the beginning of every single game, the professors will always stop you from going into the grass because wild Pokemon are still dangerous. And I absolutely believe that this should translate here too. Now, these two mechanics that I've mentioned pretty much goes hand in hand. You can't really have one without the other and vice versa. So, Pokemon, do yourselves a favor, make sure these mechanics are implemented in these next games, because if we don't have that, we just took 4 to 5 fat steps back, and there is no reason for that to happen. I'm driving myself insane trying to convince them through this video that they're definitely never gonna see to please implement that mechanic, so instead of giving myself an ulcer, I'm just gonna move on. Now, the next couple of mechanics that I'm going to talk about right now also kind of go hand in hand, but we're going to start with the evolution mechanic. Now, there's 2 pieces to this very mechanic that I really want to be implemented. The first piece is being able to evolve a Pokemon whenever you're ready to evolve a Pokemon. I don't want to have to press B every single time I want to stop an evolution, and I don't want to make them hold an Everstone either, because what if I want to give them an item that powers up their moves that I could be using when they're battling up front to gain more experience? It seems like a waste. Having the evolution mechanic that we had in Pokemon Legends literally solves both of these problems. I let them level up and learn specific moves that they would have never gotten otherwise, and I don't have to waste time giving them an item that doesn't even buff any of their moves. It's literally a win-win. Please don't take that away. Please. The second piece is, I really want them to actually have to finish specific tasks in order to evolve. For example, to get Basculegion, you have to have a Basculin obtain about roughly 200 or so points in recoil damage. That is literally a perfect situation for that Pokemon. Its main move is Wave Crash, which gives you recoil damage, and it's a ghost type, so it kind of has to kill itself to get stronger. It works. It makes sense. So, generally speaking, I want some of these newer Pokemon to operate that way. I don't care if you have to bring the research tasks back, but I would love to see this mechanic make a comeback because it helped me utilize Pokemon that I would have never paid attention to otherwise. Something tells me though that if we don't have the research tasks, that's probably not going to come back, so once again I am begging, please bring back the research tasks. Anyhow, in a similar vein of convenient access, I'd also like back the nicknaming and changing moves mechanics. It should literally always be this convenient for Pokemon to have access to moves. In a logical sense, a Pokemon shouldn't just forget that they've learned a move before. That doesn't make sense. Also, from a technical standpoint, I think it's just generally much less of a hassle if the trainer just has access to change the moves at will instead of having to seek out heart scales or find a move tutor or something like that. It's so unnecessary. And with this mechanic of learning moves whenever they want, as well as going to like a move master and buying the moves that they need, TMs are a thing of the past. Simply put, if a Pokemon is capable of learning a certain move, I will gladly pay the in-game money if I feel that it's worth it. And frankly, it should always be this simple. Oh, and don't go just yet, we're still in the menu. I want to keep the nicknaming as well. Frankly, I don't understand why we ever went back to the nickname raider situation. If I'm remembering correctly, in Pokemon Let's Go, you were able to nickname any of your Pokemon right there on the spot. Why did we ever go back? Why did it take us so long to get back to that point? There is no logical reason for that middleman. It's not like we're filling out legal documents to do an official name change, we're just nicknaming the Pokemon. Even in previous generations, it was always so stupid if I accidentally misspelled something, pressed yes, and I had to seek out the name raider just to change a letter. Don't ever bring this back. Do not ever bring back the nickname raider. Keep it just how you had it in Pokemon Legends. It completely eradicates that unnecessary middleman. Easier work for you, easier work for us. Makes sense to me. Moving along from that, I want to talk about bringing back the ride mechanic from Pokemon Legends. They've already told us that the game is going to be open world, and we can see clear as day, it looks pretty damn open world. You can see plenty of plains we gotta run through, plenty of water to surf through or something, and plenty of sky space to soar through. I'll simply put it like this, I do not care how it's done, I want to be able to ride Pokemon across this world again. I mean, a bike is cool and all, but I want Pokemon. Now preferably, I would like to see if we could actually utilize our own Pokemon if they're big enough to carry us. That would be awesome, to ride on a Luxray, to fly with Dragonite or Flygon or something like that. But if not, even if you have to bring back the other Pokemon, then fine, do what you gotta do. As long as I am flying through this world catching Pokemon at an astounding rate and being able to run away from Pokemon that I feel are dangerous, okay, cool. Whatever has to happen, make it happen. The next thing that I really want you guys to bring back is the mass outbreaks. Since there's not going to be any kind of guy at a gate to warn us that there's an outbreak happening, it would be really cool if we had some kind of like radio station or something to tune into so that we would know from that radio station that there's an outbreak happening. And generally speaking, it's very helpful when collecting Pokemon, it's a great little source of experience, and it is perfect for shiny hunting. Leaving mass outbreaks to just die in Pokemon Legends would be an absolute shame. Make it happen, guys. Bring it back. There's no reason for it not to come back. Now, as of the DLC, we recently got introduced to massive mass outbreaks, and honestly, I don't even think that's necessary. I'm fine with the regular form. If you want to bring back mass super duper outbreaks, then fine, whatever, but I'm good to stick with the OG regular stuff that we started with if you guys are. Next along here, I would love if you guys actually did go ahead and bring back the effort levels mechanic. I'm not 100% sure on this, so you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that it was a very good replacement for EVs. Or maybe it was IVs. Either way, I think it was a good replacement for at least one of those mechanics. Simply because this is just overall a much friendlier mechanic, especially for newcomers that really want to get into competitive. Instead of telling some new kid that he's gotta first breed for hours on end until he finally gets the perfect IV Pokemon that he wants, and then he has to also go out and train against specific Pokemon because EVs are gained through experience, just let him go out, catch a Pokemon, and raise its effort levels. Night and day. Frankly, I don't think it's really overpowered since everybody has access to it, and also, I definitely would get heavier into competitive if getting competitive Pokemon ready wasn't so freaking annoying. Maybe I actually want to use some of these shiny Pokemon that it took me hours to get for competitive, but no, because they aren't battle ready and they're never going to be because their IVs suck, they just sit in a box and collect dust, because they are just trophies now. What is the point of that? Anyhow, effort levels, great mechanic, keep that. Next one, I probably should have said this earlier, but I'm gonna say it now anyway, side quests. I feel like I really shouldn't have to explain this one. Side quests in general are good. I mean, obviously, of course, there's your occasional bad side quest where the rewards really aren't all that worth it, but it was optional, so it doesn't really hurt anybody. Also, they can help build the world a little bit and make use of your NPCs, because a lot of the time with Pokemon, there's so many NPCs that do nothing. Legends was the first time in a long time that we've had actual side quests. If ever, actually. There is literally no harm in adding a line of text to a random NPC that tells you, hey, grab this thing for me. You go out, you grab that thing, you come back, and it gives you literally a small little item, like 5 extra Pokeballs. I really don't think that would be that big of a deal. Please bring back side quests. Please. Okay, so this is most definitely going to be a weird note to end on. However, finally, I would like for them to bring back the sleeping to pass time mechanic. Ever since Pokemon transitioned to the 3DS, we've pretty much been utilizing real-time mechanics to get access to certain Pokemon. And that's cool, that's awesome and all, but I don't really like abusing the actual clock on my DS to get access to certain Pokemon. The mechanic is only neat when I don't have to force myself to remember to get back onto the game just to get something that I've been waiting all day for. That's kinda crazy. Why can't I just get it in the moment like I have been in Pokemon Legends? Come on now. Okay, so like I just said, that is going to be a very weird note to end off on because I'm actually pretty much done talking about every mechanic that I would like to see from Pokemon Legends transferred over to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I have no doubt in my mind that I probably forgot a lot of mechanics that I really wanted to transfer over, but we'll probably come back to this another day for like a part 2 or something like that. Generally speaking, I feel like we got a little bit too spoiled with Pokemon Legends Arceus because it just did so many things right and so many things new that the series needed so badly for so long that we just can't not expect it now. Like, there's just no way in hell that you guys would give us this basic beta test game that's actually really good and better than a lot of the other games that we've had in the previous couple of years, and then give us a trailer for a game that looks pretty much dead center like it, and then not include most of the mechanics that you gave us in the previous game right before it. That would just be devilish. Game Freak, I swear to God, don't play with us like that. As with every generation and every new Pokemon game, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet has so much potential it's not even funny to be some of the best gameplay-wise games in the entire series. All they have to do is copy the formula they literally just gave us. It is not hard at all. It can't possibly be hard. And with the reception that they got from Legends, there's no way. There's just no freaking way, dude. But we'll see how things play out. But anyway, that's gonna do it from me. I'm taking the mic right now. Look, I'm taking the mic. I'm rolling it towards y'all. All right, it's roll. Hey, pick it up. Pick it. Hey, there you go. There you go. All right, now pick it up and tell me what are your guys' thoughts on all of this. Do you agree with the mechanics that I'd like to see transferred over? Do you disagree? Do you have any mechanics that I didn't bring up that you'd like to see make it over into Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below because you know for a fact that I am always down there with you guys. But with that, I'm gonna go ahead and skedaddle on out of here. I'd like to thank you guys ever so much for watching. I truly do hope you enjoyed. Do me the greatest favor of dropping a like and a comment and consider subscribing if you haven't already. But with that, I'm gonna get the hell up out. Thanks again, hope you enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Do me the greatest favor of taking good ass care, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!